What made his position fall apart? Simply this pawn here is weak, and he simply like weakened his king side. That's what I can say here. Hello guys, my name is International Master Minh, and today, now I'm trying to play a repeat game, a random repeat game, trying to show you how to play chess, trying to show you like how to get better here, about my thinking process, and trying to answer this question from you guys. Also, it's like a speed run here to give you guys some ideas to, I can say, like, improve your skills. Sure. So here we are gonna play a 10-minute game. I will try to invite randomly. I'm trying to invite randomly though, and see that who can I play against, and normally trying to show you guys like how to get better. Sure? Ready? If you're ready, I'm ready as well. And start. Okay, we got James Dracup from US. James Dracup. Okay, so now what do you want to see? I don't know, I can play a lot of things here, like this one. Okay, let's play this. I'm gonna try the Caro-Kann. I think the Caro-Kann has a lot of people here to play against, I guess. So I want to try something like this. In Sicilian, so I got plenty of clips in my YouTube earlier. You can try to come down to watch. So I'm gonna play Caro-Kann here, e5. My opponent played exchange variation though. This line is known to be, I can say, pretty safe for black. I will show you how to play in this line. Takes the pawn here. c4. Guys, this is called the pawn-up attack. So now, black had a lot of ways to play here, but best move is like knight f6. He's playing the opponent really fast, and it seems to be with some confidences. Now, black has two options. I can say like one option is like really, I can say, tricky and requires some theoretical ideas, like this one, c6. Other lines like safer e6 here. I don't know if you guys like meet this thing like personally, or if you met this one on board. But this line surely is like not a bad attempt for white to go for initiatives. I don't know. I think I will try to play the main line. Knight c6. This is the main line here. The modern defense. Knight f3. And guys, this is the main line. Like you need to know this thing. But I can say that this line actually is pretty tricky. That need and requires some theoretical learning from you. Bishop g4. Like this one, cd5. Yes it is. cd5. So now, let's like 95 here. Queen b3. Will be queen b3. I'll be surprised if I don't see that move. Yes, yeah, surprised actually. The main line is queen b3, bishop f3, takes c and e6 actually. Should I move there? I don't think it is. The thing is that like if you play this one here right now, he will take and queen b3 and to attacking both b5 and b7. This line actually is pretty, I can say, tricky and requires some theoretical knowledge. So I will try to mention that on later. b2. This line actually is pretty, I can say, solid for us. Now just e6, right? e6. This is good for us, since now the bishop has been developed to g4, and then e6 doesn't like block the bishop anymore. So now for us, we just develop normally. Bishop e7. I will try my best to talk slower and to tell you about all the things here in this position. Feel free to ask questions if you want to. Bishop e3, castles. Also, you guys can like write down notes and ask me after the game as well. Now just like developing here, and then my next move rook c8, I think rook c8. Rook out and simply trying to develop my pieces. You can see that white starting to get, white starting to get pretty passive with the bishop here, right? Seems to be passive. Guys, first question here in this game, what to take on d5? This or this? First question in this game, what to recapture on d5 at this moment? The queen or the pawn? Okay, so queen is correct. The thing here is that, like, first of all, this is not like considered like to be a bit isolated, since like you can get the same pawn in d4 as well. First thing is that queen d5 will much better. That keep this pawn becoming weak target to attack. Also now the queen cannot be attacked easily. If white can play knight c3 to trade the queen away, queen d5 actually need to be considered seriously. But now he cannot. So queen d5 is great. If white can trade the queen away, you should not play this move. But now he cannot. So queen d5 and you're trying to attacking this pawn here. Rook d8 in this way, right? Rook d8 and combining with the doubling here. Even tripling can be considered in this position. You understand? You can see the d4 pawn should be like a huge target for us to attack and to aim for. The idea to go for doubling the rook on the d file, and that's the way, rook d8. No, if we play this move here, right? White can play bishop f3 and he trades the queen away. We can only remove the defender when we are ready and when we have on pieces in the correct place. And once you are ready, you can do that for sure. But now you can simply try to put your pieces in the d file first and put more pressure on the d4 pawn. That's the normal thing you want to do in, I think, against the isolated pawn. You can go this way as well. Plenty of things you can try and go. I mentioned earlier about my ideas. That's why here I'm playing rook d7. I will try to doubling, I can't even say tripling things in the d5 here. My queen can get away somewhere, and then my rook will both attacking the pawn on d4. Also, rook d7 can be a move that can defend this weak pawn on b7 in the future. So this is very useful move. The queen behind is fine though, but now our queen is in pretty good squares available, so we don't need to move that right away. h3. Pretty good move by him though. This move is very useful, since it questions us like where to put our bishops. So this move is pretty good for him for sure. But now we don't worry. Take f3 is fine, I think, but we can take back with the bishops, right? And the queen will be questions. So now I'll play bishop h5. Keep the queen in the pin. Also simply, still put pressure on the diagonal as well. We don't need to be really hasty, take this bishop here. Since if we do that, so our queen is gonna be chased away. Chase away. g4 is gonna be bad for him though. It should be really weakening. I don't think I should love to do that, right? If he chases my queen here, I can even try and go the queen a5, queen d8. Back to the Alkin's gun. g4. Ooh, you can see that white player simply feeling very annoyed with the pin, right? But the diagonal, so that he go for this move, which actually is a mistake, since it's really weak on his king side, and he cannot achieve like a lot of things here clearly. So this move is a mistake. Just c4. Okay, now the question is like, why can we run the queen, right? But now we need to be careful. Queen e4 is the really big mistakes. Since queen e4, he simply played knight d2, and the queen is trapped in the middle of the center. So I mentioned earlier, queen a5 is the only move. But that's enough. Simply now, the queen can come back to to home here, and simply white has really weakened his king side. You understand? Sometimes like bishop h5 should be considered like provoke. Since like even if we retreat to g6, it's not really bad, and also by g4 so why not really weaken his king side for us to attack. You understand? Here I don't think you get any way to keep harassing our queen next. So now we just like rook d8 and put pressure on the pawn on this d4 like this way. And speed running, kind of actually. I mean, I want to give my I want to give my viewers like kind of lessons here. Also I want to like give something to my YouTube channel. Speedrun actually is a good thing to say about that, but I'd rather say it's like a lesson from my friends here who simply deserve this. Queen b6, thinking both, right? Thinking both. I mean, I know that I'm a best streamer who now is playing not a good chess, so I want to do something. I mean, I think this is the least thing I can do for you guys. So I really want to be a good teacher who can explain things better, who can simply try and give you like I can say the best understanding about chess. That's all. Main plan? Yes, I am. I think this pawn, right? Rook a8. No, I just simply stick to my plan here. And this is like the Daniel style speedrun as well, but different to him. He did it every stream. And for me, so I did it like once or twice per week. I mean, you guys can try to decide. If I think obviously he is a better he explains things better for sure. But I'm trying for sure. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to improve my skills as well. So hopefully you guys can give me some time, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Sure. Okay, so YouTube, I will try to explain. Try like answer the question later. What? Okay, here we are. Bishop f6. Put further pressure on this pawn here, right? Okay, hopefully you got. I'm trying my best to give you guys this one. Rook d1. Actually, this pawn can be taken actually, but I think that my back rank weaknesses may be exploited. Maybe not actually, maybe not. But I want to make it safe first. a6, a very safe move, and a very I can say that like useful moves to play to make sure you can open the flight square for your king. Also, I am trying to invite randomly. I don't want to play with viewers, since basically if I say that my viewers will be so unhappy, since I cannot play with this guy and I cannot play other guys. So I just want to invite randomly though. Hopefully you understand from me as well. Now this pawn is being attacked, and now I can think about taking that for sure. I don't think something now I need to be scary. d5 attack here with the pawn. I think d5 should be considered seriously for him as well. I think that should be a good way for him to mess up the game. But I can take there and take here, attack with the pawn here. Although my pawn structures are ruined, but I am up a pawn there. But that should be one of the good way for him though to make to mess up the game. If not, he will simply down a pawn for nothing. I'm better here for sure. Basically this position, to be able to play in the play with the isolated pawn, you need to play more active, and that's never easy. It should be 5. Okay, you want to pin the knight so that we cannot take the pawn on the 4th moment, right? My stance move. Okay, so I think let's play this move here. Make sure the knight is not getting attacked anymore. Takes. Okay, I think this is something I missed. So you got knight f5, right? I missed that. I kind of missed that. It's kind of actually. Good night fight here. I think I should try to take pawn maybe. I don't know. I will talk about the game later. After the game, I will review later. If I play queen here, he get bishop a5. That will win the exchange for him though. Let's go this way, I think. Pawn this here, pawn this here, so my pawn will be so weak. And also, I see that I have no way to defend this move. Yes, it is. I realize that. So now, okay, the game somehow is, I can say, equal at this point. But we're still trying to play. I think I have something to play here for, so I will try to keep playing. d5. Somehow now white's fine though, actually. Yes. Trading is bad for the player who get the isolated pawn. He can get rid of that pawn. He managed to, fix the pawn structures. So this is a pretty good play by him though. You can say that he played really well here. Okay, now it should not be so easy for me to make progress. I messed up somewhere, I'm pretty sure. But okay, we're human, right? So this is like, something need to be understood. That we cannot play green move every time. No, it's just equal though. I want to go for this move. I don't want to trade the rooks. So I want to play this move here, retain the rook on the game. And my plan is trying rook c4 here, like maybe h5 in the future. My king is pretty safe. His king is pretty weak, and that is the only thing I'm having here in this position though. Clock? No worries, no worries. Basically, I don't really worry for the clock. Queen d2. I don't really see very dangerous move for him though. Maybe this one, I don't know. Let's play rook c4 here. Now my idea is like h5. Bishop here with queen b3 as well. h5 would be my idea. h5 would be my idea. Strike in the king side. We got an endgame here. That should not be so easy for us, but I'm trying to my best to explain the thing here. I'm not really worried for this one, since I'm pretty sure I can outplay him in the bullet phase. King h2. Okay, this is a good move. He simply want to get the king out of the pin here, right? But okay, h5. Mentioned earlier, right? Open up the king side, and attacking here is good for us. g5. Okay, he want to close the king side, but I'm not really a fan of this move. Since now suddenly I can get this move here, and this pawn now is another weakness, right? This pawn now should be attacking easily though. I think g5 is weak for him. I think he should play f3 earlier. This way here, f3. Should play this. No, it's worse. Queen e3. Okay guys, I can absolutely go with this move. I can absolutely. But I think I will not go for the trades. Should I? I think this really favors me though. Okay, why not? Actually, why not? Guys, wish for. And this pawn now is under attack. And you can see his pawn, right? They are extremely weak. So there are some huge target for us to attack in the endgame, right? Rook e3, another pawn here at the back. Give 2, okay, actually e5 is good for us. But I think we'll play this move here again. I got an idea here, I will show you later. This one. Now my other rook is joining the attack. And it's starting to be really dangerous for him. It will start to be really dangerous for him. h4. Simply now on purposes is joining the attack. And things starting to get really tricky for my opponent. He cannot go for here since I can play this move to defend things. Rook g4. Guys, time to attack. you see that, you know, even with not many material, we can still, you know, I can say, oh nice, a very strong attack. King e7, obviously. This is my idea now. G1, this is my idea. And got rook on G1, right? The attack is very strong, and that's what I can say that very hard for him to defend. Rook G2. And now, this is how we build the winning game. This is how we build the winning games. What happened though? Yeah, if we move rook c5, okay, rook d2. Okay, not less betting him though. I think we want to make it like, you know, the most. Okay. Okay, and okay. GG. Yes, it is. Basically, when you have the different color bishop, your attack will be really strong. If you can attacking in the diagonal that the other bishop cannot defend, right? Another thing. You don't cut off the king escapes first. I don't think I should do that. Basically, you know, like his rook on b8 is really far away from the defense, so that my attack will be coming very strong. You understand? Freedom. Okay, guys, let's try to review the game again, and also, you know, gives you guys the time to ask questions. Sure. Let's back to the game here. E4 c6. Feel free to ask questions when you want to. I mean, this is your time to ask me everything you want to ask, and, you know, like ask me about the way and how to play. I mean, how to play normally in chess games. D4, D5, E5. This is the exchange variation though. I mean, like, you know, here, so white can try and play bishop d3 as well, or c4 as well. It depends for him. C4 is open again though. This is called the pawn of variation. Knight 6. Knight c3. Here I can absolutely play. E6 as well. This is another line here. I think this is like another line when this is pretty safe for black. If you want to play safe, this is fine for black for sure.
Great explanation on the pan of attack.
Oh, that is so honorable though. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to make that even better though. I mean, really, hopefully you is like that. But it's not over. It's not over already. I mean, you still a lot of things need to be said about this one. So I played the main line, Knight c6. This one, Knight f3, g4. Guys, and the main line is like this. I want to tell you this well. cd5, Knight d5, Queen b3. This is the main line. And this main line go with this, f3. This is the only move. The only move here. If not for this, you are done right away. f3. About advance, like this way, right? I think about this way. You can choose this one here, this one as well. Obviously, the advance is like the main thing you need to know for black. But I can say that. I mean, like you can play c5 here or f5 as well. Depends on what you want to do. c5 is like, you know, a bit rarer. f5 is the main thing. But in both variations, you need to know some variation here. It says no. If you play the Caro-Kann, you know that you don't want to put your bishop in the cage. If you play e6, simply your bishop will have a hard time to get out, right? So in the game, like, you know, this is the main thing here, bishop f3. And actually for like early level player, this is like a must learn theory, g3. And now, guys, I mean, if, okay, so the question here is something like this. Actually now, blind a6. I'm talking for black, so I try and make it fast. But now, if black plays something wrong this way, for instance, this is dead for him though. Bishop b5. And he is down a piece, right? Take here, and he's down a piece. The main line is like e6, the main line is e6, this one, e6. Queen b7, 94. And the game will be changed into, I can say, a pretty, I can say, drawish endgame. Or equal endgame. It should be 5 checks. Knight b5. And why here get a very nice intermezzo? Queen c6. C6. This one here. Since now if you play here, so you lost your rook on it, right? The main line is king e7. And now if you go queen b5 here, the main line goes this way. Takes and queen d5, this one. I know the whole thing here. And if you play like knight b5 here, the main line will be like queen c8, this one as well. When black will be able to exchange the queen in every situation. But this line need to be known carefully, and you need to learn the theory in this variation though. If you do not, please play e6 here, which would be really safer. Yeah, they're on theory. I think the main line like queen d5 here. Here, takes, should be 3. This one and king e6. This one actually like on this one, or like you can also play like, you know, you can also play this line as well, like knight b5. No, the main line like this way, queen c5, this one, queen d6, takes, queen b5, queen d7, this one. This is theory as well, and their own theory that need to be learned actually. The black bishop is not trapped. He is like temporarily cannot be developed easily. You can develop that later, just like it's not now. But this line actually is very tricky though. That's why I really recommend black to play e6 here. Just safer, just much more safer though. You don't need to worry about that kind of idea anymore. And also that's why I mentioned earlier that in the game I mentioned to drain that this one is the workings though. Since now black is in the world trouble. Or like actually I mean like even this one as well, right as well is good for him. I think so, this one as well. Like here I think that this way, and actually I think black is really in trouble actually, right? Here it is, you can play f6 king f7 later. So your king don't need to be like, I mean your bishop don't need to be really worried though. But that's on theory. In the game I know all the things. That's why I can play this. This is too weakening actually. Since like if you play like if you play something like b6 here, you will weaken this diagonal, right? So b6 should not be considered in this kind of variation. Can play queen b6? No, you can play that so the d5 square will be hanging. That's all. Sounds good to me, yes it is. But actually the thing I can say is that you need to see that the black spawn, I mean the white spawn structures are being ruined as well, right? So you know, like you know, this is something to compensate for your moves. Although your king are not safe for sure, your king's not safe for sure, but white spawn structures are being seriously ruined as well. So I mean, you can get the compensation. I'm not so sure if that's really enough, but now this has been proved to be completely playable for black. I can tell you that. In the game, so white, I think you want to play safely, or maybe he didn't know the theory, play this move. e6. That's ours. Should be 7. Should be 3. This is very passive, right? Very passive. I think you should play something like, you know, h3 here, maybe like queen b3 as well. But let's say a 5 though. Should be a 3. I mean, this move is like played a lot by some players, but this is really passive, right? Castles 95. Queen takes here. Nothing's only good for black. h3, a3 here. He want to go to c1 for sure, but just like worry if the pawn on a2 is hanging. That's why he played a3. The h3, rook c1 here should be 7. What made his position fall apart? Simply this pawn here is weak. and he simply like weakened his king side. That's what I can say here. Okay, this one. Okay, I think you want this one, right? This one here. I mean, this is not working though. It's not really working though. You can even go like king here as well, this way, and then queen here, right? Which should be 4. Now actually, black is, I can say black is really doing good. Black is really doing good as well, right? So I mean, like, don't worry. I mean, one thing I try to mention to you is like the opening theory. That is, I mean, like now it's completely proved to be fine for black. In the line here, so in the game, g4, this one, g4, queen e5. I mentioned earlier, queen e4, it would be so funny though. Okay, ripped queen, absolutely. Queen e5 in the game, bishop d2, queen c6 here, c3, no idea. Queen e2, bishop 6 here. They're all good for me though. d1. Actually, in the game, I must have taken the pawn here. I mean, although it's not that bad, but it's also not really strong as well. I should play this, and this here, and this way. Not here, queen d4. I think I'm up a pawn here, and now he's going sway as well. I should play this move here. Maybe I was like I think I'm a bit too careful or cautious as well. But that is not really necessary in this position. Precious talent, I don't really know if I get some talent, I don't know. But I really wish you guys can enjoy my content. That's what I love the most. I mean, you know, like bring some energy from my community is always what I want to do. And I'm happy that you like that. Let's just sit in the game, a bit slow though, should be 5. Actually, I must do this move here. That's so nice thing to make. I don't know why I don't do this one as well. This is a very nice move here. The thing is that now I can say that the bishop is getting back into the game again. And if you play here with this bishop, right, and we're having a really nice position, when his position is very passive, right? We'll try for us. This is here, so this here, takes no knight 5. He's fine here. I think rook 6 is like my wrong move. I think you need to admit this is my mistake. This is my mistake. Takes, rook c8. Queen e2. I think now he's starting to, like, I can say he don't have any clear plan here to play, since I am really, I can say, solid. I think you need to go like maybe like king g2 and f3 here. Close the diagonal here and making his position safe. Rook, queen e2. Rook c4, obviously. Queen g2, h5. I mentioned earlier, f3 is kind of must here. f3 is kind of a must. Basically, this not only making this pawn becoming safe, but also this can help to cement his position for sure. He can even have the idea to go king g3 and then like this way. Basically, I mean, like, I think g5 is like the worst move here, and now I think he's in trouble. The thing you can see is that we get the different color bishop, right? And my bishop is simply much better than his bishop. You understand? His bishop is looking on the rock here, my bishop is doing much more thing. And that is like, you know, the different thing in the different color bishops. Mine is doing a lot of things, but his simply is crap. That's all. G5 here, G5 in the game, queen e3, and yeah, I got this move here. And now the attack is starting to really dangerous. I don't even know what should be the thing to improve here. Maybe like king g3, I don't know. This way here, king g3, defend this square. But I'm still getting better here. Like I think the queen here, maybe queen here. And this way is this way. I think he should be worse in all cases. But I mean like queen e3 here, and this one here. with 7, takes here. And now sadly for him though, the attack stun be really dangerous. Now this is a must. This is a must actually. He needs to defend that group invasion right away with this one. In the game did not. In the game he simply did not. And that's where only things just starting to be dangerous for him. Right? G2, H4. Right? King G1, yes it is. And now this is bad for him, G4. Right? And this is the world danger for him though. Rook B8, King 7. And you can see that his rook and his bishop are doing nothing at all. I don't need to block up king. I want to like go for a ladder mate in the 2 final back rank. I don't want to block up his king since I want to go for ladder mate. I mean, if I go for this way, right, I don't really need to prevent his king from coming to e2. I just like did prevent him from getting off the 3rd rank earlier. So I don't want to go for e4 since it actually is not my plan. You understand? I mean, I want to go for the check in the first 2 back rank. I don't want to go check like in the file. That's the way. So in the game, rook g1 and rook f3, I take rook here, and that's over for sure. You'll see that his pieces is so far away to help his king, and that's the thing. When things become so bad for him. h3, yes, it's a GG. GG, right? GG. Okay. Any questions left? I need to go now. I think so. So any questions left? I will try to answer the thing here, and then I need to go as well. I wish I can play one more though, but now it's just really late in my country now. I mean, simply, yeah, that is the reason why. I mean, like I tell you guys, don't try to addict me with the puzzles gambling. That will be really, really taking your time actually. B3? What's B3 though? What do you mean B3? Friends from Malaysia. Oh, this is so honored. Such an honor for me though. Such an honor for me. Yes, I mean I really expect and really respect you guys to spend the time for me for sure. Although it should be late in US. No, it's just lunchtime. Yeah, I can do this one as well. I mean I can do this one as well. This way, right? But I want to play for content. I want to build a diagonal. That's why. I don't need sleep, I need food. I'm hungry, bro. I'm hungry. And my mom need to go there. That's why. Can I play you? No? Okay, so I suppose there are no questions actually. So hopefully you enjoy the game and you can understand my explanation. Peace.